Hey guys, welcome to Influencing Artists. It's Technique Tuesday. Today we're going to make an acrylic pour painting using the dirty cup method. All this and more coming right up. If you like watching videos about artists, art techniques, and art business, go ahead and click subscribe now so you don't miss any of our future videos. Enjoy! So here's my basic setup for what I do when I do pour paintings. Over here, you see I have popsicle sticks. You're gonna need plenty of popsicle sticks. You're gonna need plenty of plastic cups. And for this particular pour painting, I've decided to use some Floetrol. It's pretty cheap to buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or any hardware store really. It's usually used to help thin out house paint, but this is actually perfect for pour painting to use as a medium rather than buying that very expensive pour painting medium. So again, I said we're gonna do a dirty pour, but we need to mix all of our colors separately. So here I've already filled all of my cups with paint. This is a house paint that I'm using. This is a much thicker acrylic paint that you would get out of one of these cheap acrylic paint. I got some more black, some cheap acrylic paint. That one's a little bit thinner. I have, actually this is what you really should buy for pour painting. This is Flow acrylic. So here's my canvas. I've laid it on top of these paint cans, as you can see, to kind of lift it up off of the table. I've also put plastic and a layer of canvas on the table as well to kind of protect the table, if you care about the table at all. But it will get a lot of chunky paint on there, so you don't want to be scraping your table off later, even if you don't care about it. I'm going to do 50% paint with 50% Floetrol. I'm going to do the same thing with all of my cups. So one thing that I do like to do when I do pour paintings to help the bubbles kind of settle out is I will mix the paint the day before and let it sit overnight to kind of let all those bubbles out from all that mixing. But today, I totally forgot to do that last night and I wanted to put out a video today. So for you guys, I'm not going to wait all that time. Great thing about using popsicle sticks for stirring is when you use popsicle sticks for stirring, you can use them over and over again because you just kind of scrape them off, let them dry, and they're ready to go again. Now this is a beautiful, beautiful gold. The wonderful thing about Floetrol is it doesn't actually turn your color a lighter color. It doesn't change the color at all. It just beautifully thins it out. Okay, so some of these needed a little bit of water just to thin it out a little bit more, and that's the thicker acrylic paint that I had. That's not really supposed to be used for acrylic pour painting, but with less money you can find better ways to do things. I also put a level here. I used some of these popsicle sticks here to kind of hoist my canvas up on one side. All right, one thing you should know about mixing your paints, make sure to, even if the paint's really thick, never ever ever put more than 50% water to 50% paint. Otherwise the molecules of the acrylic paint won't stick together and you're going to lose a lot of your pigment, a lot of your color in your final result. All right guys, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 drop of silicone per 1 ounce of paint for each cup. I'm a bartender, so I should know how to do this, but don't judge me. I'm gonna add just a few drops of silicone. You don't want to do too much. Basically it's an oil and it will help, the oil never actually settles in the paint, so it actually helps create these beautiful cells in your painting. That you're going to love in your end result. Okay, let's check it out. All right, so now I'm going to gesso my canvas. Some people like to gesso their canvas and have it wet when they do their pour painting. Other people don't like to do that. Today I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've never tried it before, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so you can see how I kind of messily kind of painted my canvas, gessoed it, just to kind of show you what to do. Here on the back, you can see how Chris, thank you Chris, took a piece of cardboard and cut it to size to fit behind the canvas, because the paint can be very heavy when you use a lot of it. So the cardboard at the back really helps to kind of support the canvas from kind of sinking in. All right, so I've decided to use a glass jar. It still smells like pasta sauce. I did clean it though. A nice clean pasta jar or whatever you can use. Usually I would use plastic, but I don't like to use too much plastic because it's bad for the environment. But
save the turtles.
Save the turtles. Yeah, this glass will also you'll be able to see your paint from the outside. Whenever you use a big cup or jar, just make sure you can see through it so you can see your colors kind of layered on top of each other. And you're going to want to, like a bartender, pour on the side of the glass to make sure that the paints layer well on top of each other. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Look at that delicious jar of paint. Okay, so I'm going to take the canvas. I'm going to lift it up to the jar. Sorry if the lighting's bad here, but we're working with it. Okay, and we're going to flip. Okay, so try to get everything adjusted here. So we're gonna let it sit for a second. We're gonna just tap it.
Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Tap-a-roo. So we're just gonna wait here for a second. You see, I was kind of trying to sneak through there. We just wave our magic fingers. And then, drum roll, please. So, one method you can use is a torch method. And you can actually take a torch, like a kitchen torch, a blowtorch of sorts, and actually torch to get some of these bubbles to pop here. You can absolutely do that, or you can use, rubbing alcohol, which we will use in another video, because last time I used rubbing alcohol, for some reason, it took away some of the color to the paint, and it just. Okay, so I'm going to let it sit here for a few minutes. And then I'm going to start moving it around. You have to let some of the bubbles pop first. You can see, if you look closely, some of these bubbles here are popping. And what you can do is you can go ahead and take a popsicle stick and you can pop them yourself. There are a lot of little bubbles in here. I didn't really mix this paint as much as I really should have, but it will be okay. Be sure to use a clean popsicle stick too, because if you use a dirty one, then you're going to mix your paints, your colors, where you don't want them to be mixed. All right, guys, so here we have this after a few minutes of sitting. Now we're going to start to move it around as however you see fit. Here's our painting now. We have these beautiful little cells popping up in all these different areas. I love this area right here, and this blue, this ultramarine blue that I used from the basics tube. Those blues popping in here and there. It's like a beautiful river type painting. That's how I like to see it. Just looks like beautiful water or geodes or whatever you imagine it to be, but it's just so pretty. And it was pretty simple to make. It just makes a little bit of a mess. So yeah, that's our painting for today, and thank you for watching our Technique Tuesday. Please be sure to subscribe if you're interested in more videos like this. I look forward to seeing you next time. Remember to stay peaceful, as a calm mind is a creative mind. Now, go get inspired, be an influence, and make something beautiful today.